You are listening to Maria Wern 12, The Eternal Flame of Alchemy, by Anna Jansson, narrated by me, Sofia Engstrand. It is said that a fallen angel can desire an earthly woman so much that he reveals divine secrets to her. Pharaoh's immeasurable wealth is the proof that the ability to make gold once flowed across the boundary between lost souls and the living. The art of medicine has progressed, language has developed and grown richer. Art, music, and mathematics have been elevated to new heights by the chosen few. Over time, this divine power has seeped out to women who allowed their cup to be filled by the angels. Chapter 1. The night of the 20th of July, 1969. That evening, the artists had gathered in the home of Justus Hartman in Visby. They had drunk apple wine and eaten saffron pancakes with dewberry jam and whipped cream. They were celebrating the fact that the Ice from Fire art exhibition had been a success, and the subject of much discussion in the cultural sections of the newspapers. The ball of fire on a glassblower's pipe, the precisely measured breaths bringing it to life and forming the glass, are a form of magic to the uninitiated. Turn, blow, turn. For the master and his 4 young artist friends, the challenge had been to capture the soul of winter in opal glass, silver blue and crystal. A chandelier of icicles, the lamp shaped like a snowflake, creating a lace tracery of light, was Justus Hartman's most notable contribution. Angelica's optic blown glass that refracted the light when you turned it in your hand had also won great admiration. The other 3, Victor Wadman, John Rask, and Adrian Muir, had barely been mentioned, despite their professional skill and talent. Even the boy, who was just an apprentice, had been interviewed on the radio by a cultural correspondent. John took it hard, and his tone was bitter. To become immortal, you have to be the winner. No one remembers who came second. Or you can be a debutante who gets discovered by the reviewer, then you get a short period in the limelight. And that reviewer then gets to boast about how prescient they were. He confided in Victor when the master couldn't hear them. The living room gradually filled with the red and yellow colours of the setting sun. A seductive light that was reflected in Angelica's brown curls, spreading a blush across her pale skin until it became a dangerous glint in her dark eyes. As she drew the heavy velvet curtains, she was well aware of them looking at her, and the effect her beauty had on them. Every movement was consciously slow and aesthetic. Her stretched ankles, the beautiful outline of her neck against the light, the silhouette of her hourglass figure. A shadow play. It wasn't to deceive or seduce. Wanting to please people was her true nature. John was certain of that. They sat in complete darkness, the way people did when television was still new. There were flasks of coffee. Thin, ice-cold slices of hedgehog cake were served. Julius had made it himself with layers of biscuits, coconut oil, and melted chocolate. They were all hanging around to see the moon landing. It held them captive for several nerve-wracking hours. Flickering black and white images, almost like an ultrasound where you see the baby swimming in embryotic fluid. A game of life and death playing out in front of their eyes. The original landing site wasn't considered safe enough, and the plan changed. They were starting to run low on fuel. The sequence of dangerous moments was related by a voice from the other side of the Atlantic. Then, holding their breath, they listened to Neil Armstrong's words as he guided the Eagle lander onto the Sea of Tranquility. Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?